female apprentices. Well, we are absolutely delighted to have three of them in studio. We have Petra O'Flaherty, we have Mairead Flaherty and Cuevas Belan. Tá fáilte Robin Fad, great to have you. How are you keeping?
Yeah, good.
Come here, we saw you in the paper last week, so to have you in studio, we're delighted. Petra, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Now, tell us about your current job at the moment, or what you're working towards.
So I'm a Phase 2 stonemason and stonecutter apprentice with Kerry College, and I'm just coming up to the end now, so it's exam time and some stuff.
So it's exam time. So what type of exams would you have in a course like this?
So about 2 weeks ago, we were making a windowsill. It was a 5-day exam, and then yesterday we were doing a letter carving exam. So.
Okay.
8 hours.
But is there any written exams when it comes to this?
Yeah, we have theory, so you do like conservation and geology and stuff. So. Yeah.
No, this wasn't your plan when you were leaving school, though, was it? What was your plan when you were leaving cert year?
I was heading for nursing. As soon as I got out of school, I was in a PLC in Ballyfermot College, and then I got into college, and I was in year 2, and my dad and my brother were working on a really big project up where we live, and I became obsessed with it. Started taking days off college. And
what project were they working on?
So it's a building called the Haggart. It was a shoe horse building, so yeah. And
they're stonemasons as well, is it?
Yeah, so me and my brother are 8th generation stonemasons and stonecutters.
8 generations?
Yeah, so my brother was actually the first stonecutter in our family, but 8th generation stonemasons, yeah.
Now, when you say stonecutter, would that be cutting out kind of rectangular blocks and fitting them into place like a jigsaw?
No, that's more like letter carving, like this piece here.
Okay. Well, it's been cool there for a second. Shot down straight away, Petra, that's fine. But there are different elements to this course. Yeah,
there's so many different avenues. It's actually a really good apprenticeship because it's an apprenticeship that suits you rather than you having to fit into the apprenticeship. Yeah. There's so many different avenues like conservation work, walling and stuff.
I don't think I know any other female stonemason, though.
I'm actually the first in the college in 30 years.
In 30 years?
Yeah.
The first?
Yeah. The last woman, her brother actually works in the college now. And I know there's one other, I know of one other stonemason in Ireland. She's mainly works with conservation, but apart from that, I haven't really met any other.
No, for other people at home watching this, Petra, and they're saying to themselves, you know what, I'd love to be a stonemason, but I don't really fancy going into a room full of lads. How did you find that?
Oh, like the lads in my class are like top dog. Like, they're so nice. Like, it was my birthday last week and they got me a cake and everything.
Oh.
Yeah, they're the sweetest.
Oh, it wasn't a stone cake, was it? No.
It was chocolate. But I would say go for it.
Yeah, you weren't intimidated at all going in?
No, there are a bunch of teddy bears. Like,
I'm sure they won't be happy to hear that, Petra. Good. So what are we making here?
So it's actually Valencia slate. It's a DOS for a dahi O'Shea.
Oh, look at that. Look at this. I'm going to get a chain and wear it around my neck. Is that okay? That'd be kind of cool.
So it's actually relief carving, so the stone is sticking out.
Yeah.
Usually we do like V-cut carving in the college, but this is different, and it has a sparrow picking around the back here to make it stand out.
So okay, how do you get this to stand out? Do you have to take away a top layer?
Yeah. So you stencil this on, and then you work away on the outside. You carve around it, and then you take the waist down all here. Yeah. And this was actually flat, and then we put the sparrow picking on it. And then you carve on the insides as well to make it stand out more. And you use a file. There's a file here.
There's a file here somewhere.
And you go in here like that to define it more. So, yeah.
Can I ask you a question? Because I've seen a few of these before, and say even people, say stonemasons who would carve out a big, huge statue, right? And you know, say sometimes if you're tipping away next second, you tip next second, big piece falls off. What do you do?
Sometimes you try to recover it. Sometimes you can't.
And sometimes you have to start all over again.
Yeah.
Say, for example, if you were doing this now and if a bit came off there, what would you have to do?
It depends on where the piece comes off. Okay. Like, if it comes off dead in the centre...
But it never comes off dead in the centre. This is the thing. It always comes off where it's supposed to not to come off.
Yeah, like if you took away a whole corner here, like you'd have to start again.
Okay.
You know. So.
Okay, we're going to put on our protective glasses.
Yep.
Because I'm going to do a bit of work here.
Here, you can have the fancy ones.
You've great trust in me. You're going to get the protective gear out. So no high vis is needed for this. So what are we going to do here?
So this is a scribe.
A scribe, okay.
Then this is a dummy hammer. So you're going to come around here. And you're basically just tipping this and kind of letting this jump off the stone. Okay. And you're going in the one direction so that you can, this, you can see it's all falling in the one direction.
Okay.
Like, it gives it more character.
I'm going to chance it here now as well.
Yeah, don't mess it up on yourself.
Oh, thank you. Watch, I'll take the S out of it now. So, and you're leaving it hop up like this.
Yeah.
Petra, you'd want a lot of patience for this job, I'd say, would you?
Yeah. Maybe a bit of hand coordination as well, hand-eye coordination.
Okay. So there we have it. So all the way around, and that's what you have.
Yeah.
Lovely. Petra, thank you very much.
Thank you.
That was fascinating altogether. I'll take off the protective glasses because Maureen said, Maureen, come stand sa.
Come on, so hain.
On the Varfad, Cadasset Hain.
On Spidel.
On Spidel.
A Gunda na Galva.
A Gunda na Galva. Before we tell people about your apprenticeship, which is, I suppose, of the times, if you like, what were you doing before you took this course upon yourself?
I was welding.
Welding?
Yes. Which is quite unusual for women to be in.
Yeah.
But it was my brother who taught me how to weld, and then I got certified, and so I was working for the past few years. Yeah.
So you were welding away, and you said one day, do you know what? That light is just too bright. I want to get away from it. I want to do another course.
I actually broke my ankle.
You broke your ankle?
I broke my ankle. So I was at home for 3 months, and it's a lot of thinking time.
Yeah.
So I was kind of thinking about maybe changing career, and I was talking to a friend of mine, and he works offshore. And he said, maybe it's something you should get into. You know, the industry is growing all the time.
Yeah.
You know, the work is there, and he said it's great. It's a great thing to get into.
And the work is wind turbine maintenance.
Technician. Yes.
So what do you have to do before you actually go to college for this? Is there any kind of requirements?
There is, yeah. So you have to do a heights test. We'll have to do a medical, and then you have to do a heights test. And the heights test is a tower, a 20-metre tower that you have to climb up, and then you have to abseil off it. And it's just to prove that you can handle the heights, because there's no point in going to college and doing all this and then not being able to do the job.
Could you imagine spending 4 years in college going, not going up there?
Yeah. Too late.
So, come here. When you go inside these wind tunnels, there's a ladder.
The towers.
The towers, okay.
Yes, yeah.
So how long does it take to get to the top? 'Cause I see these all over the place. Right?
Yes, there's elevators. They have elevators in them now. I know, it's cheating.
She doesn't even get her steps in.
But you can, obviously you do have to climb some of them because work has to be done on elevators and everything like that. But when you're climbing, that's what all this gear is about.
Yeah.
You know,
it's all about protection.
All about, health and safety and everything like that. So this is all the gear that you have to have, you know, once you're working at heights.
Well, actually, I take it back. You get your workout putting on all that stuff.
I know,
there's
a bit of weight in it. Yeah. So this is all. And then if you are climbing, there's a cable that runs up the ladder, and this attaches onto it, and that's your fall protection.
Okay.
And that's it.
Has anything ever like that? Anything happened to you or anything?
No, not yet.
No close calls or anything?
No close calls, yeah. So
thankfully, says you.
Yes.
Are you the only woman inside in the class?
I am, yeah. So this is the first time this apprenticeship has been done in Ireland, and Kerry College is the only place that's doing it in Ireland. Yeah.
But come here, do they have all the towers and everything in Kerry?
Yeah, they have the training tower, and they have a decommissioned turbine that's there that we can work on and practice in and stuff like that. Yeah, so they have everything. It's really good.
My God, almighty.
Yeah,
and you're having a good time in Kerry?
I am, yeah. Love it.
Good fun down there as well.
Yeah.
Now, it's important for you as well, Maureen, that people watching the show today, particularly, I suppose, young girls in their 20s or even in teens, look and see the three of you here going, we can do it too.
Yes, because representation matters, you know, because if you see it, you can be it, like you said a while ago. And I think that's, you know, it matters to be shown that women can do it, because it's hard for women to get into the industry as well. If you don't have a background, it's quite hard, because it's hard to get an employer to take you on, you know, if you don't have a background. Me and Petra were really lucky, and you as well, that the men in our family kind of gave us work, you know, to start with. They knew we could do it, and, you know, they believed in us. And some women don't have that. So to see us doing it makes them see they can do it too.
Yeah, and again, like when you walked into that classroom the first day, were any of the lads going, oh, geez, look at this one come again?
Maybe for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, and that was it
then. Yeah. So they're all lovely, and everyone's been really nice.
Yeah, because I was chatting to the three of you before we came on, and I was there saying, if I had the three of you here 10 years ago, I'd be really shocked.
Yes.
But no, I'm not that shocked, and I think that's where we're supposed to be with this.
Yes, because that's what you want to see. It shouldn't be strange. It should just be the norm, and then that's what we're hoping for.
Yeah. How long is the course?
3 years.
3 years. So can point in the one finish.
Stage 2.
Stage 2.
Yeah.
So almost there. And come here, is there good money in this now? Because that's what the real question at home. That's what people will be asking.
Because you are paid by the employer. Because for an apprenticeship, you have to get employed before you start. So I was lucky. Siemens Gamesa took me on. So you're paid through the whole thing, which is great, you know?
On the Varfad. You'll never leave Kerry. We have a county person of my own here now. Caoimhe Spillane. Caoimhe, how are you?
Good, how are you keeping?
I'm great. Whereabouts in Kerry are you from?
Abbeydorney.
Abbeydorney, okay. So you were in school.
I was.
You said, okay, what do I want to be? What was the answer to that question?
I didn't have a clue. But my uncle used to be at me to go and do an apprenticeship for electrician, so I went that way. Now, I did do it for a small bit in school. We went out on work experience, and I done with a different company. Just a week's work experience, and I said, "Geez, never again." Hated it. But I said,
"What brought you back?"
He was saying to me, "Oh, come back, you'll do it again." And I said, "Oh, Jesus, I don't know." But I said I'd give it a go. And went back in, and Mark Rail took me on from Tralee, and oh, geez, I love it.
Delighted to be part of it now. Again, I don't think I know a female electrician.
Yeah.
Do you know any of those?
Not that I know of anyway at the moment.
Yeah. And again, now, say when you're going around with the lads there, because the work experience is part of the course as well. Like, do you get a few people looking at you going, "Hey, what's the story here?"
Yeah, they'd all be looking at you, but sure. You would only keep going.
But again, I think no more than Mairead and Petra as well. Like they might look at you now, but again, in 5 years' time, people won't take any notice.
No.
And that's where you want to be as well.
Yeah.
So how are you finding the course?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. The boys, I love the boys inside in Foss as well. Oh, geez, they're great crack.
So how, just for people at home who would be interested in a course like this, Caoimhe, how does it work? Do you go to work for a month and then go to college for a month, or is it every 2 days a week? Or what?
Well, what you usually do is you'd have 6 months with your employer. So I'd be 6 months with Mark Rail, and then I'd be called for my phase in Foss for my first phase, which would be 6 months.
Yeah.
But due to COVID, there was such a delay in it. I have 2 years done, and I'm just going in for my first phase.
You're just going in for your first phase.
Yeah.
Okay, so when will I be able to call you now to come up and wire a house in Galway for me?
Oh, jeez, you'll be waiting another 2 years at least.
Well, just probably go with the planning permission and everything. I will give you the call. Come here, between working then and college, you're busy, but outside that as well, you play for Kerry.
I do.
Yeah.
For the Camogie.
Tell us about that. When did you start playing Camogie for Kerry?
I'm playing a good few years with the senior team now. I'm in the senior setup at about 3 years.
Yeah, good stuff. And the Kerry Camogie team are a relatively new team.
Yeah.
Yeah, but have done very, very well recently.
Yeah, we're playing now in Croke Park, not this week, next week.
Yeah, and what's that?
A league final.
A league final. Who are you playing?
Meath.
Meath. I'll take Meath, no problem.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, we hope we'll take them anyway.
Yeah, and will any of the lads who work with you now around the course, will they go support you?
Oh, geez, I won't tell them it's on now at all.
Well, do you know what? It was absolutely fantastic to meet you. It was like we were chatting about you last week and to have you in studio, and the positive message that you're sending out to young women all around Ireland to say, look, for two things, I suppose. If you can't see it, you can't be it, which we've proven here today. And also, if you start off in one course, you can change your mind, and that's fine, and it is brilliant, and there's a way to do it.
Yeah.
Petra, Mairead and Caoimhe, Gurmila Mahag, great to have you and continued success. Now, if you would like to have more information about apprenticeships, check out apprenticeship.ie. Over to you, Maura.
Thanks very much, guys. Now it is competition time.